friends, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing so well, and I'm super excited to be back today with another video. Guys, it has officially been exactly 1 year since I started this reselling journey. I started off on YouTube in September of last year, September 2020. So I have been taking you guys along with me for the entirety of my journey. From the beginning to now, I've come a long way, and I'm going to share some things that I've learned with you guys along the way. Especially, I want to share with you my biggest sales I have made up to date. So I have 16 best sales of my first year reselling. If you guys don't know me, I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark primarily. I did not start off this year as a full-time reseller. I only switched to being full-time from being a part-time reseller in July. So I've only had a few months here to be full-time. So if you're a part-time reseller, if you're a full-time reseller, welcome. I hope you guys learned some BOLO brands in this video, or just take away some encouragement for your reselling journey. Or if you just like to watch thrift hauls and things like that, then you're welcome here too. So we're gonna go over my 16 top sales for my first year reselling. And let me just say, I've come so far in 1 year. I've gone from being a girl that was scared of work and was scared of working for someone else to being my own boss and loving what I'm doing, loving life. We bought our first home. It's been a really good year for me. It's been a really good year for my family. So I just want to thank you guys, because you guys have made that possible. You've allowed me to do this as my full-time job, to find things, to go thrifting all the time, to resell, and to make YouTube videos, and I love doing it. So thank you guys. But let's jump into what you guys came here for, which is my 16 top sales of the whole year. And a lot of them sold for well over $100, so super excited to share them with you. So I made a list here. We are gonna start with things that sold for the least, and we're gonna end with the things that I sold for the most amount of money. So stay tuned, because the last item you don't want to miss. Everything on this list is going to be $80 or above. So we have 16 things over $80. The first thing is something I got on one of my very first bins trips on my honeymoon, and it is this cashmere Brooks Brothers sweater. It was orange, and Jeremy sold on his Poshmark for $80. We bought that in the bins, I think for like maybe $1 or $2. It sat for almost a full year. It sold last month, and it was an $80 sale. So after Poshmark's fees and everything, we made $62.50. So that was the first thing that sold. And would I pick this up again? I would pick this up again. I think now, if I were to list it now, I think I would do a much better job including keywords and writing a really good description and title than I did the first time I sold this. So I think that I would pick this up again, but this did sit for almost a year. So Brooks Brothers can really go either way, but this particular piece, cashmere, definitely worth a pickup, especially in the bins. Now, this next piece that sold was another $80 sale on Jeremy's Poshmark, and it is this black North Face jacket. I love selling North Face. If I find a puffer coat, an outerwear piece of any sort at the bins, I always pick it up. This piece did come from the bins, and I bought it for maybe $1 or $2, and I sold it for $80. And again, we made $61.88. So again, I got that in the bins, didn't pay very much for it. So number 14 is this Burberry quarter button down. I thrifted this recently. I thrifted it with my sister while we were in New York, and I think I spent $7 to buy this, and I sold it for $80. So another $80 sale, and then after all of the fees and everything from Poshmark, I made $64 on that, so almost $50 of profit. So again, these aren't my best sales. These are going up to the best sale. So that was also a good one. And my first time finding Burberry before I found the Burberry belt in the bins. So we have that one. And then number 13 is this Theia Couture dress. This was a BOLO brand for me, a new brand for sure. I'd never heard of Theia Couture, but when I found this dress, it was absolutely stunning. It had all these blue applique flowers on it. It definitely had a lot of little details that made me think, wow, this is expensive. So I spent a lot of time making this. All of the little flowers had like a bead on the inside of each one. It was really nice, and I sold that for $85. And from that, I made $68. That one I bought at a Goodwill for $7, but I still made $60 off of that dress, and I'm happy with that. I was very excited to find something so beautiful and to give it a new home. Then this next piece that I sold, this one sold more recently. This is a North Face Denali jacket. I just sold this, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And this is apparently a very desirable style, and this was in a size 3X, which is a really good size. If you are looking to resell things, bigger sizes generally do better. More people can fit into them. It's just how it goes. But this piece sold for $90, so $72 after everything was said and done, but I bought this in the bins as well. So about $70 of profit on that, and things just keep getting better from here, guys. So that was number 12. Number 11, this piece is this Philadelphia Eagles faux leather jacket. I got this in the bins again, and I actually found this in somebody's put back pile. So somebody had gone through their cart, they were sorting it, I saw them doing that, and then they put that jacket right on top, laid it down, we're like, I don't think I'm gonna get this. And I swooped in. I swooped in there, I was like, oh yeah, I'll get that. I don't mind picking that up. And I bought that, and then we sold it for $100. So I got that in the bins for maybe $2 or $3, and we sold it for $100, so we made $78.50. Not too bad at all, so about $75 of profit. Number 10 also sold for $100, and that was this Ariana Grande, No Tears Left to Cry? No Tears Left to Cry? I think that's right. From the Sweetener tour. And the crazy thing is, this sweatshirt was stained. I found 3 stained Ariana Grande crew neck sweatshirts in the bins, and all of them sold so fast, and for each one above $75. It was crazy. So this is the only one that made my top 16 list, but this one sold for $100. I found it in the bins. Somebody else put back a couple of them. I just grabbed them all up because I looked up comps. They were rare, they were sought after. Even with stains, they sold for $100. Crazy. So I made almost $80 fully of profit. Item number 9 also sold for $100, and I also got that in the bins. Of this list of 16 things, 12 items I bought in the Goodwill Outlet in the bins. The cheapest way I can source my inventory, and also oftentimes the things where I make the most profit and sell for the most money, I find in the bins, which is crazy to me. So number 9 sold for $100 as well, and it is this Fendi yoga top. That's what they call it. It's just like a little sports bra. I found this in the bins. I only had like 5 minutes before they were gonna flip my store. I walked in, they told me I didn't have very much time. I went to one bin, found this Fendi top, and I was like, oh my gosh, bought it, and I sold it for $100. So I bought it at the bins, maybe for $1, probably less than that, sold it for $100 and made $80 of profit. Wonderful. Most of this happened while I was part-time, so this as a side hustle was doing really good for me, but I'm so glad I'm doing this full-time now. Item number 8 was this pair of UGG Classic Clear Mini Boots. I did a reverse Google image search on these. I bought these in a Plato's Closet. I paid up for these, but I saw the comps were really good, and each pair was selling for over $100. They were sold out online. I knew it was a very desirable style, and it sold within a week for $108, and after that we made $78.95. I paid probably about $25 for these, so we only made about $50. They were only listed for about a week, so definitely worth it still in my opinion. Then item number 7 is a home good piece. This next piece is a quilt, and quilts have been something I've been looking for. Quilting and also just like patchwork in general has been really popular this season. So this double wedding ring quilt I sold on eBay for $112, and I got this in the bins. So I got this in the bins. It was probably heavier. It was a queen size quilt, so I probably spent about $5 maybe, but I sold it for $112. So after everything was said and done, I made about $80 to $90 of profit. So if you can get quilts for a good price, I would highly recommend it. This next piece that I picked up also came from the bins, and it is this vintage Ralph Lauren knitted sweater. This has knitted reindeer on it. I was gonna list this for less, and then you guys came through and told me that they were worth a lot, and so I listed this, I think around $150 maybe, and somebody gave an offer for $125. So item number 6 sold for $125, which left us with $92.55 of profit, and I got it from the bins for maybe $1 or $2, so $90 of profit on this piece. Item number 5 is also a home goods piece. This piece is, if you have been here since this piece sold, leave a comment down below telling me that you were watching when I found a Nintendo 3DS in a bin full of clothes. That was a good day for me. I found a Nintendo 3DS XL. It was red. It also had Super Smash Brothers in the inside still. Luckily, Jeremy owns that as well, so he had the charger. We charged it when I got home from the bins. It works. It was perfect. We sold it, and we sold it for $160 on Mercari, so we made $139.06, and I got in the bins. I probably paid $1 for it. So we made $138. Video games and video game consoles are really sought after. I only know a lot about them because of Jeremy. He loves video games. But man, that was a fun find, and I'm really happy I sold that. Item number 4 sold for $175, and it is this Fury black leather moto jacket. This piece sold to somebody that lives in Florida, which I just think is hilarious. But this piece sat for a few months as well. It just took until we got back to the fall seasons. This sold in July, I believe, so they were looking towards fall. But I also found this in the bins. I had this listed high. I had it listed at $225, I believe. Somebody offered me $175 and I took that. So $140 after all the cuts, which means I made about $138 of profit. Okay, we're to the top 3 items. If you guys are enjoying this video and you want to see more content like this, then please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. It would mean a whole lot to me. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you are enjoying it, which does help me out so much. But with that being said, item number 3 sold for $178, and it is this pair of off-white denim jeans I found in the bins outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I found these and I freaked out. My only time finding off-white ever, and I found them in a new bin to me. So these sold within a few hours. I listed these in June and they sold in the same day. I woke up to an offer on these for $178. I think I listed them at maybe $200, but I bought them in the bins. So I sold them for $178. I made $142.40 on these, and I got them in the bins. So I made about $140 from picking up a pair of pants. I listed them while I was home in Indiana. They sold the same day and we sent them right out. And they had flaws. So it was a great day in the Allison household. Okay, we're to the top 2 sales of my first year reselling. Number 2 was this Pelle Pelle jacket. This jacket sold for $250 on Jeremy's Poshmark. We made $192.55 after everything was said and done, which means we made $190 in net profit from this piece. This is something I picked up in the bins. And the thing that still haunts me about this is there were more jackets in the bins that day, not in as good of condition as the one I picked up, but still, I probably passed on a couple $100 in that bin just because I didn't know the brand, but that's okay. But it definitely is one of those things that still haunts me a little bit. So if you guys have that as well, what piece is haunting you guys? Mine is for sure, more Pelle Pelle jackets that were in the same bin with this one that I picked up, as well as one time in the bins, I found an Alexis dress. I didn't know the brand at the time. It was early on in my reselling journey, and I still think about what if I could have made money on that dress. Not healthy, but it's real. And then my number 1 piece that I resold this last year, my first year of reselling, was this pair of Christian Louboutin shoes. These are the spiked or lotto flats. They're a men's pair of shoes. I picked these up recently. They were listed. They got a lot of attention. I had a couple different offers. I listed them high for like $7.99, $8.99 maybe. But I decided to just take an offer. Jeremy and I were buying a house, and so we just wanted to move the pieces and just make some money from them. I found these pair of Louboutins in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I only had 10 minutes before the store closed. I didn't realize it. I walked in. The only piece I left with that day was this pair of shoes. I spent $10, and I just sold them for $380. So we made $304 off of this pair of shoes, which is about $290 of profit. And I got a 5-star review. Love it. So those were my top 16 things that I sold my first year of reselling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope some of these brands maybe stuck out to you and you can see them and know them next time you're in the bins. I love it. I love thrifting. I love what I'm doing. I hope you guys are loving your life too. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And until the next video, bye.